morning. Today is Tuesday, November 3rd. For lunch today, there's soft beef tacos with lettuce, tomato, and cheese and Spanish rice, or chicken Caesar salad, or crispy chicken sandwich, or cheeseburger on a bun. So last week was Red Ribbon Week, where we dressed up in different ways to show how we don't need drugs. And today, we're pleased to announce which homerooms and advisories had the most people dress up all week long. Our second place winner was Ms. Brooks Advisory in the 7th grade. And our first place winner was Ms. Hoke's homeroom in the 5th grade. Congratulations to everybody. And happy birthday to Ms. Brooks. We hope you have a great day. Hey everybody, so today is Election Day, and this is a day that I bet you've been hearing about for an awful long time. I would guess that you haven't been able to turn on the TV for several months without being able to see ad campaigns one way or the other. If your house is anything like mine, you're hearing the phone ring all the time about people want to know your opinion or to influence you on something. In our house, to try and make the best of a bad situation, we've had the rule for the last couple of weeks that anytime one of those phone calls come through, anyone can go to the Halloween candy dish and pick up some candy just for free because we put up with it. So even though none of you students are old enough to vote in this election yourselves, I'll bet that you've heard the adults in your life and express an opinion one way or the other about which way they think the vote should go, or who they think should win, or how America should be run, or any number of things. One thing we're really good at in America is having opinions and sharing it with others. And so the importance of voting, in my opinion, is summed up well by this cartoon. If you don't vote, you're not entitled to complain about how things turn out. Or put another way, if a person is able to vote and they are like the person on the left who says they don't feel like voting in 2020, they're not really allowed to be the person on the right in 2021 who's complaining about the politicians that everyone ended up with. Now, you might have heard this phrase that every vote counts and think, well, that's not really the case. You know, there's so many people, what does my one vote matter? Now, the graph you see in front of you is the percent of the U.S. population that's actually voted for president ever since the Constitution passed back in 1788. If you notice, in the first few years, less than 5% of people voted. Even as early as the 1900s, people had to own land in order to vote, and then since then, even with that, we've only had about 40%, maybe a little bit more, of the entire U.S. population that's ever been voting for president. That's why this cartoon is a little bit sad, but it's true. 60% of the people think it might not make a difference, but 40% of the people are the ones who end up choosing in the end. So if you want to be among the top 40% of influential people anywhere in the world, just vote. So even though a lot of people are going to be expressing their opinion in the next little while, not just through voting today, but also in discussing the results of the election, which we might not even know for some time. The important thing to remember here is that we can disagree without being disagreeable. So I was talking with Mr. Baumgart, the 6th grade math teacher, the other day, and he was sharing me how a little frustrated and even sad he is that so many people he knows have relationships that are starting to fall apart a little bit because of how strong opinions they're sharing in this election season. And he said, you know, I wish I had a sign I could stick in my front yard that said, neighbors before politics. So here you go, Mr. Baumgart, I got you. Put this in your front yard and everyone will know where you stand. And my hope right now is that we can all stand here. As much as we might disagree with each other about politics, let's put each other first. And so we'll close today with one last yard sign. Whoever wins, stay calm. We are not enemies, but friends. And that's from Abraham Lincoln in 1861. So today's challenge is a tough one, but really important, especially in this election season. If there's somebody that you disagree with or don't get along with, be kind to them. Treat them as a person first, and then worry about their ideas or something that bugs you. If you can do that, if all of America can do that, we'll be in a lot better shape. And hey, let's go ahead and start it here. You take care.